Hello, and welcome to our first installment of the so-called Kansas Leads Lounge, brought to you by Kansas Leads. This is going to be a podcast, a Facebook Live. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along here. My first guest for our inaugural Leads Lounge is Dwayne Taylor. How you doing, Dwayne?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for inviting me today, Jordan.
Not a problem. First, just introduce yourself. Tell us about where you teach, what you teach, and just a little bit of your background.
Okay, Dwayne Taylor. I teach kindergarten. I've taught, this is my 22nd year of teaching.
It's
I've taught
incredible.
kindergarten for, this is 17 of those. I taught first grade for 4 years, and I taught title math and reading for a year. But kindergarten obviously is where my passion lies. So I feel like I have the greatest job in the world. I teach it.
He's being a little modest. I know you've been featured in a magazine, Dwayne. I would tell us a little about that.
Well, I was very fortunate. I had someone from the New York Times reach out to me because of the lack of representation, male representation in the primary classroom, especially kindergarten. I learned from their statistics that less than 3% of all kindergarten teachers are male. So that's something that they wanted to spotlight and draw attention to, and kind of see if we can increase those numbers and show the importance of what that type of role model is, why it's necessary for kids at that important developing age.
Amazing.
So
I know for a fact you're a great role model down there for those kids.
thank you.
So let's get a little bit into the purpose of this is to continually pump up Kansas Leads, like what it is, why we have it, what it's about. Um, Dwayne, correct me if I'm wrong, you've gone to almost every single Kansas Leads conference, correct?
I think I missed the first one or two, but since then I've had the one an opportunity that I will cherish for the rest of my life, of having the opportunity to actually sleep at a zoo, like
That's
sleep in a
amazing.
really enclosure. So that was one of those that, but just being part of the conference at all, being invited, I wanted to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to do what's best for my students. And I know that the best way to do that is by surrounding myself with people that inspire me, that I know that will share so much information and knowledge with me. So going on this trip, and I'm not going to lie, it's initially it was intimidating because I know I'm surrounded by so many Kansas Teacher of the Years, even National Teacher of the Year, Milken Award winners, present company included. I know. So you and your wife. So, but no, just being a part of something special like that and getting to share the knowledge that I have, and then um, gaining that from others, getting that energy. And I love going to every educational conference that I can go to, but especially Kansas Leads. I come back so energized and spirited, and it's exactly what I need, like especially in the middle of a school year when we offer it fall, spring, that kind of thing. So taking that energy, especially like this one upcoming that I know, and we'll probably dive in a little bit to the SEK, but it's that the end of the year, like I never want to have that attitude of trying to drag myself across to the finish line, but I know sometimes we get there. And that conference right there, I think it'll be the perfect springboard that we need to finish our year strong, and then to gather information over the summer to start our year, next school year, even that much more successful.
I definitely understand what you're saying. I know there's even being just there's some imposter syndrome. Like this is
Mhm.
I'm not good enough to be
Right.
with the people here. So I definitely understand that one. I think you hit on one of my favorite parts of Candace Leads, and that's the way it's set up. It's you're giving up a weekend. So like
Right.
everybody wants to be there. No one's there because the district said they had to go there because they trying to fulfill some obligation. No, everybody wants to be there, and you share experiences and all those type of things. So not only have you gone to almost every single Kansas State conference, you are now part of the leads team.
I
Why?
am.
What made
I am.
you? make that commitment and decide that this was an avenue you wanted to go down?
It was something that, it's like you said, it's that the I'm not worthy type thing, because of the I'm just starstruck being around so many amazing educators. So it's that when I was offered, when they asked me to be part of it, I'm not turning away that opportunity. Like that's amazing to for somebody to feel like that I'm worthy of that. So that but also again, to give me that much more insight and that much the networking that goes on at these conferences is so incredible, to be able to have somebody, a real person that you can reach out to and know that they're in the same boat with you, and that you're gonna I look forward to seeing everybody at every opportunity we get. So but no, being part of this team, it's incredible.
I mean, I met you at the Kansas Leads one, and we became Facebook friends, and we used to talking. Now we're on this team together. So you not only do you get to share ideas about education and your hopes and desires, but you make real connections and with people that ask about your family and what's going on, and it's just a real fun thing there. Let's backtrack a little bit, and maybe we should have started with this question. Like, what is Kansas Leads? Like, it's what is the what do we do? What is it about?
And it's just engaging experts across the state of Kansas. So it's that all districts, everybody's represented, and we try to place those conferences throughout the state so everybody has an opportunity to attend. I'm really excited about this next one down here in Southeast Kansas, down here close to and we'll actually, the host school where I teach in Frontenac, we'll be able to do that on day 2. But but it's just that giving everybody the opportunity to gain knowledge. And not only that, something that I haven't stated that was a big draw for me was knowing how lucky we are to have the commissioner, Kansas Commissioner of Education, Dr. Watson, and knowing that he is so accessible, willing to attend all of these conferences and listen to our concerns, and we feel like our voices are actually heard. So to be able to have somebody like that in our corner, knowing that's battling for us, and knowing that he is there, giving up his time, also traveling, and so that was a big draw for me, also, to these conferences.
I definitely agree with that. I think one of the other draws of the Kansas Leads Conference is we've all gone to PD, and a lot of PD is put on by someone that was in the classroom 15, 20 years ago. And not that those can't be good and those aren't
Right.
valuable, because you can like learn great things through those kind of trainings. But Kansas Leads is put on by educators for educators. It's people that are still on the front lines doing the work day in and day out. And I think that has a lot of merit too. Dr. Watson, and we have principals, we have superintendents, you have teachers, you have National Teachers of the Year, Kansas Teachers of the Year. Just, I'm a big proponent of our jobs are no longer go into your room, shut your door, and work by yourself.
Right.
That's what
Right.
Kansas Leads is about. It's about expanding that network, making those connections, learning different ways districts do things and the way people do things. I think that's a major draw too. You've hinted on it a few times. Where is our next Kansas Leads conference?
It is in the Pittsburgh Frontenac area. So that Friday night of April the 25th, I believe it's 25th and 26th. That Friday night we will be at the casino. So we've got a lot of we've got music, we've got entertainment planned for that evening, and then that next day, that Saturday, we will be in Frontenac at our we've got something pretty special in Frontenac. We have all our whole school, pre-K through 12th grade, all on one campus.
Wow.
So that's something that it's a I love about our district, is that we're able to keep those connections. So the kids, again, I've been doing this for a very long time, but I still see those same kids that were in my class 12, 13 years ago. I'm able to see them on at least a weekly basis, where I go over and check in on them and see how they're doing. So, but that's something that beautiful campus, beautiful facilities. So being able to share that with all of the attendees will be pretty awesome. Also,
Just is that one building or like multiple
Yes.
buildings across the. That's it. I'm excited to see that. I'm
One.
excited to see how that works.
Yeah.
So very
Yeah.
cool. I guess so. Like, let's dive a little bit about Frontenac and then Southeast Kansas. What are some of the things that you're excited that Legion is going to bring to you guys, or what are some of the trainings or some of the sessions that you think Southeast Kansas might need to really get people down there to come to this conference?
I would say like the kind of the we let the attendees kind of give us ideas on what they're seeking. So we kind of get feedback from our surveys at the end of each conference, and so that helps us figure out what we're going to offer the following conference. So a lot of the attention right now is obviously AI. So that's we've had several sessions over that, like removing the fear factor out from artificial intelligence and like using it as a learning tool. So,
And I think
uh,
my thing with AI is also it's not only a learning tool for kids, it's one of those things that we can take things off a plate of a teacher because like we can use it to help plan things and make questions and just time is something that we got to give back to education, time with the family and not working so hard on in the classroom. That AI really does that. So I'm excited to see what we can learn from those sessions as well.
and one of the I actually learned at the Kansas Leads conference, one of the most recent ones that I went to, an AI session, and there was a special ed teacher in there that talked about how she used AI to develop her IEPs, and how she said that that has totally transformed the way she does things, and it has cut her time, because obviously you want to devote most of your time to the students. And I think there's a big reason why there's so much turnover in the special ed areas,
Burnout's
because
real. That burnout's real.
much tape and paperwork, where she said that has totally changed how she is able to reach her students. So it's an amazing tool that I think most people hear about it and you fear the robots are taking over the world type thing. You hear that kind of stuff in the
The AI
news.
overlords are gonna take over,
Right.
right?
So, but I would say that and other topics include, like, especially coming like me as a kindergarten teacher, like my students right now, they're still those COVID kids. They're those kids that are still missing those social emotional interactions, learning through play, um, dealing with processing that like issues that they come across. So we're noticing a lot of that right now with kindergarten. So we have a lot of sessions dealing with how do we reach those students? How do we deal with their social emotional needs? Because we know if those aren't met, like the academics, it's not going to matter anyway.
You gotta meet the kids where they're at. That's what I would tell
Yeah,
people. Like,
exactly.
and I think that's kind of you just hit on the theme of this conference. It's that building school community, classroom community. It's kind of our focus this go around. So um, here's what I'll say that we as we kind of get to the end of our time together, guys that are going to watch this and then we're pay attention to so we've got some awesome speakers lined up. We're
Absolutely.
still lining up who's going to come, but we have some potential Kansas Teachers of the Year that are going to come and talk, some Nash Teachers of the Year. I think we also might have someone from your neck of the woods that might be making an appearance and doing some stuff. So pay attention and look for more information coming out. Um, Dwayne, do you got any last minute things you want to plug
No,
for
it's
Kansas Leads?
again, if you're looking for the perfect opportunity to connect with teachers, to bring that to bring your own energy, but also to get that, soak it up, and take it back to your district, this is the perfect opportunity for that. So being with Kansas Leads, and even if you just want to dip your toes in to see what the conference is like, I strongly encourage you to do that.
For those of you that might be on the fence, if you're not in Southeast Kansas, there is the ability to get your room paid for. You gotta get yourself there, and I know some districts allow you to take district transportation, but if you can get down there, yeah, food's taken care of,
Uh-huh.
room's taken care of. So if you do have any questions, make sure you reach out on the Kansas Leads Facebook page. We're happy to answer those questions. Um, The registration will come out late February, so you guys can kind of mark your calendars for that. Um, Other than that, Dwayne, thank you for your time. You are an amazing individual. I know those kids are really lucky to have you in their classrooms. I look forward to working with you as we make this conference the best that we can here as we work towards the end of the year.
Right. Thanks, Jordan, for having me. I look forward to seeing you and your wife also. So she was kind of busy this last conference with something. I don't know what she was so busy with, right?
Oh, kind of busy being pregnant. That's what she was doing. So, all right, and with that one, class dismissed, man.
Right. All right. Thanks, Jordan.